Flosstube friends. I'm Sandy and this is my channel, Stitching with Sandy. This is a channel about cross stitch where I'm going to share my love for cross stitch and all that I get done in it. Today is June 20th, Monday. A lot of us are probably off because of Juneteenth Day is being celebrated today. Happy Father's Day to anyone out there that's a dad in any form of the way. We celebrated, I made a phone call to my dad in the morning yesterday and got to talk to him. He was having a big juicy burger for Father's Day. And then we celebrated my husband for Father's Day as well. And I spoiled him. His favorite thing to eat is pasta. So I made him a lasagna dinner with a Caesar salad, and he had some chocolate satin pie afterwards, which is what he wanted. Was supposed to make manicotti, but for whatever reason, every single store we went to, manicotti noodles were sold out. So that must have been a big dinner plans for lots of fathers, I guess. But anyhow, I'm here to share with you what I've been up to since the last time I visited with you, and I want to say thank you to all of my regular Flosstube watchers, and for all the new ones, welcome, and I hope you find something that you enjoy and you'll want to come back. If you do come back, please subscribe, hit the bell so you'll get a notification whenever I post, and click the like button so that we can continue to make this channel soar. All right, so since the last time I saw you, I started off my summer break with a girls' stitchy weekend. Well, it was kind of like a stitchy getaway for 4 days. A couple of us who stitched together in the Southern California Stitchers group decided to get together at our friend Mary Ann's house in Ramona, which is beautiful. She has several acres of land. Out there, you're in the middle of wilderness is what it feels like. She has a beautiful bird sanctuary. So there's all these different bird feeders. We got to see all these different types of birds coming in, feeding all day long. That was a lot of fun. She has a gorgeous fire pit with a built-in seating. It's beautiful. We had time sitting by the fire, roasting marshmallows and making s'mores, telling stories about our childhood, giggling, and just having a good time. It was the best way to start summer. We spent each day stitching away. I took 12 whips with me, and I chose to do 2 hours on each one, and every time 2 hours was up, I'd switch to another one. Well, that got my friend Barbara going, and she did it too. And it was nice because as you're switching through your projects, you don't start getting bored or tired out of one project, and then you come back to the other one as soon as you can. So we did that. That was a lot of fun. We had different friends popping up for the day visit. Not everybody stayed the whole time. Mary Ann's husband was so sweet and made us barbecued steaks their first night there, which was awesome. And Mary Ann was the most beautiful host. She fed us each day. She made sure we had all our drinks that we needed, any snacks, and then she is the most talented stitcher I have met in a long time. I really meant to take pictures. I totally forgot. I had asked her permission and then forgot to go back and take them, but she does such beautiful. She does cross stitch, needlepoint, beading projects, everything. I got the tour of her house. It was gorgeous. So in the future, if I collect some more pictures when I visit her, I will bring them back to share with you because they're gorgeous, and I really think she needs to spotlight them because she's amazing. So that was a wonderful weekend. I had a great time. We stayed in a hotel on a golf court resort, and it was beautiful. We had a great view from our balcony window, and 3 of us shared the room, and so that was up for late night laughs and chats and enabling. There was lots of enabling between all of us. So it was a good time, and I recommend it to anyone. If you just need a little break, get a little stitchy weekend and just pack your stuff up. It was a low-cost weekend. We didn't really go shopping. We didn't go out to eat. We just got together, stitched all day, had snacks. People brought snacks together, and just had a good time. I think the only major cost that we had was our hotel room. And that wasn't very much when you put a few people together and all pitch in. So try it and you'll like it. It's a lot of fun. All right, and then after that, I got back, and of course, my family missed me. So it was Wednesday when I returned, and my husband and I went on date night. We hadn't done that in a while because the last few months, the end of the school year is always crazy, and then I'm working late almost every day, so we didn't have the time to go, so we decided to start that back up, and we went and visited a brand new restaurant. It was called Tacos and Beer. I know it's a chain, so there's other ones out there, but this one just opened up near us. So we went and had delicious tacos. I had a wonderful mango margarita. It was delicious, and we definitely want to return soon. We loved it so much. And then let's see, then I have my Thursday night Stitchy get together, which is just funny. We had our Stitchy get together weekend that we were there Sunday through Wednesday. Then Thursday nights are our weekly stitching get together. So we got together. One of our friends in our group was going to StitchCon. She should be returning, I think, today. So she was stitching with us because she wouldn't be able to on the next one because of StitchCon. So we hung out together, and then Saturday was our monthly stitch get together in Temecula for all the Southern California stitchers. And there was 10 of us this time. We had a new person join us. Our new person was Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. It was nice. She had found me on one of my floss tubes and then contacted me to find out about our group. So she was able to join us. That was very wonderful. The people from the last time came back, so that's good. At least they're coming back. And we just had a great time hanging out Panera Bread, stitching away, sharing what each other's working on, and just being around people with the same interests is so nice. So that was a wonderful stitchy week. I had lots of stitching done. And then I come home, and my daughter, Cassandra, she somehow hurt her foot. So she was walking down the hallways. This is her story that she told me. Walking down the hallway, and somehow her foot twisted. I'm not sure how. I thought maybe she was chasing the cat, maybe the dog tripped her. But she said no, she was just walking, and she couldn't bear weight. So we spent the weekend in urgent care, had it x-rayed. Thank goodness it wasn't broken, but she did sprain it. The doctor believes she rolled her ankle. I've never done that before, but apparently it's quite painful. And so she had to be bandaged up and get crutches because she couldn't make her way to the restroom. So we had to get crutches for her, but she had to stay off her feet for a whole week, which was kind of a bummer for her because her cousin was supposed to come stay with us. And they were really looking forward to it, and we decided to postpone so that her cousin wouldn't be bored since we couldn't go anywhere because she had to elevate her foot and stay off her feet. So we did that. So there was always something with children. But that's what I've been up to, other than stitch, 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 and more stitch. My needle is on fire this last couple weeks, and I want to show you all the things that I got finished. So let's get into it. So the first thing I have is the Country Cottage Needleworks June Cottage of the Month. I finished it into a cube. This is a no-sew finish. I know that you can find tutorials on the internet. I looked up one several years ago. This is not my first one I've ever done. And once I got the construction of it, ever since then I've been making them for all the Cottage of the Month. So I'm hoping to eventually have all of them finished this way. The only thing that's missing is I usually put a couple of beaded feet on the bottom, but I need to go find some beads. The beads were very minimal at Michael's, and I haven't had a chance to get to Joann's to check it out. So I'll add those, but this is my finish. I'm very pleased with it. And the funny part is I noticed that a lot of my finishes ended up being the month of June related. They all say June. So I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened that I happened to like them and decided to stitch them and realized it when I was finished. But here's another one. This is June. It's a Flip It by Lizzie Kate. I finished it. I finished on 14 count oatmeal Aida, and then I turned it into a pillow using this summer print, and it's perfect to stuff into my tree or into a little bucket filler. In my opening you saw I put it in a little truck. So that was an easy and quick finish. And then my next June one is, I made this one. This is by Snowflower Diaries. It was a freebie, June. And I like it because I've always collected bears. That's been my collection. I probably have over 1,000 bears. I don't have any displayed in my house anymore, but I still have that many all carefully put away and wrapped up. But I do love them, so I thought this one was cute. Has a little bee scap and a couple of bees buzzing around. So I finished it with the little honey dippers and a little bow, and I love it. Came out cute. I finished it on a little picture. I think it said, "Home is where your honey is," but I like the buffalo checks print, so I went ahead and finished it on this block so it can stand up on its own. And then the Snowflower Diaries has one for every month. They're all different animals. I haven't done them all because they're not all my taste, but they do have a lot of cute ones. So if you're an animal lover, I'd check it out because they're free. All right, and then the next June project, told you there's a lot of June. This one's the Pine Needles typography for June. I recently gave that away on a giveaway. When I was pulling out my works, I brought this one out and finished it up so that I can put on display for the month of June. And I love it, it's so cute. These typographies stitch up in like one day. It's amazing. And then the next one is a hands-on design. This was a monthly series as well. Chalk, I think it's Chalk Talk, I'm not sure, but it's called Catch a Wave, and this is by Hands-on Design. And I did a little fisherman's knot on my twine. I put the twine all the way around it. This clips on. I've only stitched a couple of them so far. My goal is to finish all of them, and that way I can just change them out. This is magnetized to this little stand, which I found in the wedding department at Hobby Lobby, if you're interested. And that was one of my giveaways too. In fact, I had to do a redraw for that one, and I'll share that with you in a little while because a person never claimed it. All right, so next up is I was trying to catch up. That was my goal, was to catch up on all my things that were behind in May. I didn't quite make it in everything, but almost everything. So one thing that I did finish is the Eric Michaels Spring Berries. Now, previous videos, I had finished this one, so then I was working on this one, and I have not done this one, so I've decided to put this one away because I'm trying to catch up to Helen. She's like a speedy needle as well, and I want to start the summer one since we're going to be starting summer tomorrow. So I'll put the last one away for next year, but here is the one I did finish. I had taken this on my Stitchy Getaway. It says, "Is it spring yet?" Has a cute little bird there. I think it's a sparrow, and there's a little nest on top. And if you're wondering how to put these together, Helen D has a great floss tube tutorial for these berries, and there's one that teaches you how to put the berry together. Then there's one that's specifically for the spring toppers, and she's recently put the one out for the summer toppers. So if you're stitching all the berries like Helen and I are trying to do, then you can check out her video. So I made that one, and then I'll put that last one away for next year. All right, and then I was working on ABCs by Primrose Cottage. I love this one so much, and I finished it off on this cute board that I found at Hobby Lobby. I loved how the board looks like it's broken off. I thought that was so cute, and I think it's amazingly turned out nicely. And I was actually quite surprised because when I'm looking at this picture, it looks ginormous, but in reality, it's not a very big stitch, and it actually stitches quite fast. This one, if I had spent more time on it, I think I would have been done in about 3 days, and I would say that would be like about 2 hours a day. It didn't take me that long to complete it. I just kept putting it off because so many things were coming up that I was not able to get to it. So there's that one. And then, told you my needle was on fire. All right, so my next up is, I stitched last year in July. I was doing 24 hours of stitching with Jen Lee, and I was stitching Halloween ornaments, and my goal was for 2 hours, I was going to do 12 different Halloween ornaments, and that way I would get plenty of time to work on them and then have time to finish them before Halloween. Well, I was working away on them, and it happened to be, it was July 25th of last year. I get a phone call from my son, and we were expecting my first grandson, and he was ready to come, or so they thought. So I had to put this down and go down to the hospital. False alarm, because it's my son's first baby, so we had to wait. It wasn't coming as quickly as they thought. So I came home, took a nap, went back, and he was born on July 25th. So I had put these away because I never got a chance to finish them. So this one that I stitched is from Prairie Schoolers Spring and Fall, and it's the little scaredy cat. I don't know if you can see from the glare, sorry. And this is my finish. And I finished it on a very old tin tray that I picked up at a rummage store or antique shop. So I picked it up, it's all grungy, and I thought it'd be a perfect Halloween finish. So I was gonna make him an ornament, but he turned out a lot larger than I thought he would be. So I just laid him in the tray and added a little bow, and I'll be able to put this on top of a countertop or on top of one of my tables. So I love it. It says October on it too. It's very cute. All right, and then the last ornament that I did work on from that day is this one, and it's called Hocus Pocus, and I joined Shannon Christine's Halloween club last year, and this was the club issue number 1, and you got Hocus Pocus, and I put a spell on you, and I loved this Hocus Pocus one, but I thought these colors need to be on black, so I did. I stitched it on black, 14 count Aida, and here's my finish. I'm gonna show you up close because it has Krynic in it, the gold Krynic, and then it has, these are all green Mill Hill beads, and down here there's some gold Mill Hill beads too on the little potion bottle. But I just thought this would be gorgeous on black. I finished with some black pom-poms just to give it a little finish, and a little ribbon, and I had this witch's broomstick that I picked up, I think at the dollar store last year. So I picked it up knowing this is how I wanted to finish it. But look at how those colors pop. I just think it's so gorgeous. And thanks to that stitching getaway, these are some of the projects that I was able to get finished while I was gone. All right. All right, so now I have another finish I want to show you. It is not stitching, but I wanted to show you something that I thought of. If you watch Helen D's tutorial, you can make these too. And I made them for my tree. They're these little strawberries. And so I made a little basket. I had picked up the basket, I want to say from Hobby Lobby. I think I picked it up last year. I don't believe I picked it up this year. And I just collected a bunch of red fabric, and using the exact tutorial that she gives for the berries, the spring berries, I made strawberries out of different fabric, and then leftover, some of the wool felt is left over from the spring berries that I didn't use, and then I had a little bit extra that I had picked up. So I made 6 different pattern fabrics, and then I made 2 of each one. So I had a total of 12 because I wanted to fill my tree up with it. So I'll show you the few that I have here in the basket. So I have this one, and then I have this one, I think is my favorite, and this one. Oops. This one. And this one. And there's a couple more on my tree, as I said. But I just thought these would be great. You could put them in a bow filler. You could put them on your tree if you use a tree. You could lay them next to a stitchy design. They just make a cute addition to your decor. So just remember that you could make these from her tutorial. I was also thinking that next year you could even make, if you just made the template with really long. You could probably make carrots out of these too. So I might try that when we get back into the beginning of spring next year. But I love these. I had so much fun making them. They don't take very much time. I did all 12 yesterday afternoon in between making dinner for my husband. So it is possible to do. It's easy to do. So please check out her tutorial, and I will link her floss tube in the description box below. And then this last one is a huge finish for me. Now, years ago, when Caterpillar Cross Stitch first came out, she did a stitch along, and it was you purchased either the kit or just the pattern. You could choose. I chose the download PDF, and she would give parts to it, and you would stitch along. So when I purchased it, I was teaching second grade, and one of the activities that we do in second grade is Flat Stanley. And if you're unaware of what Flat Stanley is, it's every kid makes a little paper of the person of themselves. Some people make Flat Stanley from a children's book. They make the actual Flat Stanley. I always had the kids make it to look like them. And then what they do is they pick someone in their family or friend that lives out of state, and they mail it to them. And then the friend goes around to different places to see and tells about the place they visited. So sometimes they'll give the demographics, the weather, they'll talk about their population, they'll stop at special sites that people should see if they visit, and then they'll take pictures in their everyday life. And it's a lot of fun. Students love it. And then when they come back, each kid got to be spotlighted and share it in the classroom. So when I saw this pattern, I thought it had to be for me. So it's called Adventure Awaits, and this is the cover picture from the PDF by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And so when I did it, I started it before I moved to my new house, and that has been, I want to say we've been here a little over 6 years now. And so I started it, it got packed up, and when we first moved in, we unpacked the necessary things that we had to have, and then everything else we unpacked slowly. And so this didn't get unpacked for a while, and then I had thrown it in my tub, and then I forgot about it. So then every time I got it out, I had moved to kindergarten since then, and then I kept thinking, oh, I could hang in the classroom, but it's not going to mean as much to my kindergartners, so I don't need to rush. And I kept putting it off to do new things. So this year I made it one of my whip goals, and I finished it. I'm so excited. And now I have a great idea for a finish. So here's my finish. It's not fully finished, but here it is. And I'll bring it up so you can see all the different countries. I just think it is gorgeous. And there's the bottom part of it. I hope you can see it. But I have a great idea. I'm still going to hang in my classroom because I do think that the picture symbols are a talking point for my students, and whenever we're talking about a place, I can show them on there and talk about something there, because exposure to higher thinking is always a positive when working with children. You want to always stretch their brains as much as you can. So my finishing idea for this is I'm probably going to mount it on something, maybe a little backing fabric, and then attach it to, I was thinking it could kind of go like a diagonal on a cork board, and then go to an antique shop and look for some antique postcards, because that would be fun to put the postcards next to it as like a collection, or or like something you would put in a shadow box. But then I can hang it on my wall next to our globe at school. So that's my plan on how I want to finish it. When I get that done, I will let you know. I will share a picture of how it turned out, or I'll hold the whole thing up. I just have to find those postcards. If you would like to send a postcard and you live out of California, you live in a different state and would like to send one, I would love that. Make sure that it has like your state, a little bit of facts about it, and then I can use it as well. So if you'd like to, email me. My email is always in the description box below. Also, you can reach me on Instagram and let me know, and I will send you my address so you can mail me out a postcard. I think that would be a lot of fun. But that's how I plan to finish it. So yay, I'm so excited that one's done. You just don't know. When you have a whip in your collection that you loved when you first started it, you still like it, but it's still not the top of your list, it's really hard to push through because you never hate, my taste changed, but I never hate my whips. Every whip I've ever started, I love. But your taste does change, so you're not in as of a hurry to complete it. But once it's completed, it feels so good to have that done. So those were all of my finishes this week. So I told you my needle was on fire. Let's keep going and see where we're at. So next up are the giveaways. I'm gonna give those out. I did have to redraw a few. So I'm gonna go through each one and then I will share the winners from last week. So from Flosstube number 15, I had Catch a Wave. Here's the one, A Year in Chalk, which is the one I just shared. I redrew this one because the last time I mentioned it a second time, they still didn't claim it. So redrew, and the new winner of this is Kathy Tansey. Kathy Tansey. So Kathy, if you're watching, please email me below. Let me know that you won Catch a Wave and share your address to me and I will get this out to you. So again, that was Kathy Tansey, Tansey. All right, Kathy, congratulations. And then from Flosstube 16, the person didn't claim it, and I mentioned it again last week, and they still didn't claim it, so I redrew. From Flosstube 16, it was Let's Hug a Teacher, and by Imaginating, and this one now goes to Sandy Kalmeyer. Sandy Kalmeyer. Email me, and I will get this out to you. Congratulations. All right, and then from last time, I had 2 giveaways last time. And they were the August typography from Pine Mountain Designs. And this one goes to Pat Maychek. I think it's Maychek. I could be pronouncing it wrong. So Pat, your last name is spelled M-A-T-E-J-C-E-K, Maychek. So Pat, if you will email me your address, I will get this out to you. Congratulations, Pat. And then the other winner, the other one that was a giveaway winner was for this Hay stocking. It's called A Long Winter's Nap. So cute. Donated by my sweet friend Melissa. This one goes to Debbie Sisk. Debbie, congratulations. Debbie is one of my swap buddies. She signs up for my swap each time and does beautiful work. So I was excited when I saw her name pop up in the random comment picker. So Debbie, congratulations. Please email me and I will get that out to you, Debbie. But I believe I have your address already from our swaps, but just in case, Debbie, please go ahead and attach your address when you email me as well so I can make sure you get this. All right, and those are all my giveaways from the last time. All right, so that brings us to, well, swaps. So I'm going to insert the swap video of the swaps that came in. It'll include the ones that I mailed out as well as the ones that I received. I had 2 partners this time because we had an odd number of people that wanted to participate. So I did 2, and I will share with you all the information about mine and then show you what they sent me. But if you watch this video right now, you will see the beautiful works of all of our swap buddies. All right, so as I said, I would share with you, I wanted to share the projects that I did because they are both freebies and I had so much fun doing them. So the first one I sent to Candy was a piece by Tiny Modernist. It's a freebie on her website, and that's www.tinymodernist.com. Sorry, and it's 4th of July, and this is a pattern. And so I stitched that up for her. So if you're looking for a quick 4th of July stitch, this was very fast. You can find it on her website. And then for Helen, now Helen lives all the way in Scotland. When I did the swaps, I had forgotten to ask anyone if they were opposed to sending out of the country. So I chose to make Helen my partner, and I'm really glad I did. So trying to find a pattern for her, I wanted to make sure not to send 4th of July because she is in Scotland and I wanted her to have something else for summer. So I sent her a piece that I stitched. It's a Lizzie Kate. It's called Sweet Summer, and you can find it on her blog. And it was a Sweet Summer challenge. And this says when you go download the pattern, it looks like this. Okay, but there's no key. There's symbols so that you can make things the light colors, but there's no key. You have to choose your own colors, and that was the summer challenge on her blog. I had so much fun picking colors for that. Some of them I duplicated in different places than what she suggested, but this is a great guideline if you're not comfortable with doing that. But I had so much fun doing it. It's a one of a kind because I did write down my colors. So if you go download the pattern and you like the colors that I did, I'd be happy to share those with you. Just give me an email and I will send those out to you. All right, so then my swaps that I received. My cart's so full here. I'm surprised it didn't tumble over. All right, so as I said, one of my partners was Helen, and she sent this lovely package to me from the UK, from Scotland. And her piece that you saw in the video is Summer. And this is a freebie pattern too. I don't remember where it came from. But if you really like this pattern, email me because I know that I printed it out too and I have it in my freebie stash. So if that looks like something you'd like to do, I can look it up and find out for you. But so she stitched this one, and then she included this little safety pin with a little bird charm, which is so cute. And then she finished it on my favorite sunflowers. And there's a little cute little butterfly button and another button for decoration. I just love this. She did this little finishing, which I asked her how to do it. I believe she told me that she got it off of Anna Pfeiffer's website, tutorials, and I think it's the ruching one. Only instead of using ribbon, I believe that she used the fabric that she finished the back with. So I loved it because it looks like a raggy finish, like you would see on a rag quilt. So I'm going to try and play around and see if I can come up with something like that too on a finish. I really love that. So thank you, Helen. I really, really love this. And then in addition to the pillow, she included a pomegranate. Yes, pomegranate hydrating face mask. We all need those in the summertime when weather gets hot, our skin gets dry. And then she included a needle minder, sunflowers, and a whole bunch of really fun sunflower stickers that I can put inside my book of days. So thank you, Helen. I feel spoiled. It was fun. It's kind of fun now to display this piece in my house and know that it came all the way from Scotland. How fun is that? Stitching really connects us all around the world. All right, and then my other partner, Candy, really and truly outdid herself. Sorry for the crinkles. She sends me this ginormous box. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just sent Candy a small, that's all I sent. But inside, she gave me this adorable bee card. She's so sweet. And then in the card, one of the things she was like didn't sound very proud of her work, like felt like it wasn't big enough. But Candy, oh my gosh, you're so talented. So Candy stitched me this cute little pillow I just love it, so cute. And then in the back, she put a 2022 charm on there with the little cute flower button and then her initials. Great way to finish up a piece. And it's so sweet. And then that's now's where you see how she outdid herself. Then she sent this cute little crocheted bumblebee, which I think is the cutest thing ever, even down to his little stinger. I wish I knew how to make them. And then she said these were scrubs, but there's no way I'm scrubbing anything with them. They're too cute. So she made me a set of these. They're little crocheted. She said they're scrubs. So there looks like daisies, and then there's some that are just plain white. And there's a total of 8. Oh my gosh. And I told her in my thank you email, there's no way I'm going to scrub anything with them. I will probably put them in my decor and some in my dough bowls, maybe on a shelf next to a project, but I'm not scrubbing with these, nor is anyone else in my house. And then, okay, you guys, this is truly amazing. I'm gonna show you, let me try to find it. Okay, so she sent me some keepsakes floss drops, okay? And they have 310, their cat, on the cover, which is great. But then her floss bling, look at this. I just didn't even know what to think. She's amazing. So I don't know why she didn't think her small was good enough. Look at this cute little bumblebee. It's stitched on there. And then, if that's not enough, look at this. She made teeny tiny, I don't know how she did it, teeny tiny little bumblebee earrings. Aren't those the cutest ever? I can't wait to wear them. I'm amazed. They're so tiny and so delicate, and they're gonna look so cute when I wear them. And then, that's not all, because she gave me so many more. She gave me a scissor fob. It has a little bumblebee on it, beaded. And then she gave me a seam fix, which, Candy, if you only knew how much I could use this. I had to rip out quite a bit on a project I was working on, which was not fun. And then she gave me a keychain and a measuring tape with a little fox. Look at his little fluffy tail, so cute. And some gorgeous pins. And a 310 floss holder, so cute. And then a little project bag. Happiness is homemade. You're right, Candy. I love handmade things. And then all these cute little stickers for my book. I love them. They're so, oops, I'm dropping them, but look at so much floss, so little time. Isn't that the truth? So Candy, you really made my day. I feel so spoiled, and I just love every single item you put in here and all the love you put in putting it together for me. Thank you. Oops, excuse me while I pick up what I dropped. All right, so that was my swaps. So that concludes my summer swaps for this round. Look forward in the future. I'll probably talk about it in August, but that's when I'll be organizing the fall swap. So if that's something you'd like to do, watch my videos, and in August I should announce it. All right, so then that brings us to whips. All right, so most of my whips for my Stitchy Getaway are finished, but I did have some others. I wanted to catch up on whip go. I was behind on that. And one of my whip goes was 4 rows completed from this Lizzie Kate A Good Marriage. And this one I started on my husband and I's wedding anniversary in December. And I met my goal. So here it is. It's stitched on 28 count Lugana mushroom. And I did my 4 rows. And the 4 rows, by doing the 4 rows, I was able to get halfway through the pattern. So that was lucky. So I will definitely be able to get through the other half before December, I'm sure. So that was rewarding to have that completed. So that goal's met. And then my next whip goal was to work on 9 Ladies Dancing from the 12 Days of Christmas by Plum Street. And this one was a freebie that I downloaded. I believe this is probably my oldest whip. I downloaded it a long time ago, but this is what they will all look like when it's finished. And on my whip go board, I just broke the last ones that I was working on into each square being a whip go goal to try to get through it, so that by the time the end of this year comes, I will have it done and hopefully be able to display it. So here's mine. This was a 14 count oatmeal that I did years ago. So here is where I'm at. I finished 9 Ladies Dancing, which was the goal. So here it is. Oops, sorry. 9 Ladies Dancing. And I know there's string on it, but that's because my needle is sitting there. There we go. All right, but as you can see, I've been working away on it. It's beautiful. I'm looking forward to finishing it this year. So I got that goal done. And of course, my other whip go goal was the adventure weights, which you saw it finished, completely finished, so I can take those off. So my whip go board is looking covered. It's looking good. I like it. And it's pretty good considering it's 6 months into it and I've stuck to each goal. So glad, because sometimes I want to start everything and forget about finishing things. So I feel accomplished. All right. Then my next whip is I started the season 2's June. I realize we're late into the month, but it's gonna get done before June's over. And at least if I don't get to enjoy it up this month, I will get to enjoy it next year. So I started this one, and the June one, I'm gonna see if I can, so it's from Seasons 2, Hands-On Design. And let's see, June. So this is what it's supposed to look like. It's a bird with a basket of strawberries. There are 2 baskets of strawberries. And then there's little bird houses at the bottom. So I started at the bottom and 28 count Monaco coffee tea dyed. And there's 7 bird houses. So I have 2 more, well, 1.5, because there's 2 that are only showing half. So I got a good start on that. That was on my Thursday night stitch together. And so I will probably have it done by our next video. These don't take that long. You just need to put the time in. So I'll work on that this week. Okay. And then I was working on Strawberry Delight by Teresa Kogut. This is a pattern you can get when you're a Patreon member. I really encourage you to become one of Teresa Kogut's Patreon members. What's amazing about it is not only does she have the most creative projects that she puts out, but she also gives you opportunities to getting different things that you can't purchase in her Etsy shop yet, because there's like a secret store. So that's fun to be able to have the opportunity to purchase those things. But these were part of the Patreon, and I'm level 4, so I get 3 full patterns and 2 coloring pages a month, and for the amount that I pay, it's totally worth it. So this is one of them. This one is called Strawberry Delight. I believe this one came out in her April month, but I hadn't had much time to work on it in May. So, or it might be her May. No, it's her April Patreon. And so this is what it looks like, or where I'm at. So it's beautiful. I finished the pot and I started working on more of the border. So this side looks like this side in reverse. So I have about half left to go. That's gonna be a goal that I'm gonna focus on this week as well. I'd like to get all my strawberry things finished. They might not be finished to display this year, but they'll be finished for next year, which makes me happy. All right, and then my next one is, I know a lot of people are participating, but if you're not aware, Colorado cross stitcher. I will link her in the description box. She does a summer stitch and each month has a different theme. And I participated last year and I decided I wasn't participate this year. And for the month of June, it was to pick a holiday stitch. You could pick whatever holiday stitch you wanted. So of course I had to create myself a project bag. I love it so much. These trucks are so cute. And my inside, blue with fireworks. I just love that. So I made this up, and then this is what I chose to stitch. So I'm doing Threadwork Primitives, Beggar's Fourth. Love this so much. And I started it, and this week I'll put a lot more stitching into it because I haven't gotten much. So the only thing I've gotten so far is 2 parts of the banner and the crow's feet. But I'll get more. So that's my Colorado cross stitcher. You're supposed to complete it in the, well, you get to go into a drawing if you just participate. If you complete it by the end of the month, before the end of the month is over, then you get put in for a drawing for some other goodies. So I love it. It motivates me to do something different. Last year I tried silks for the first time. I tried some different stitchers I'd never stitched before, and it was a lot of fun. So this year is a holiday one. You can choose whatever holiday you want. The month's not over, so if you did a small, you could start now and you could still participate for this month. So that was my other whip. So those are all my whips. All right. So then I had some Happy Mail. It's kind of fun to get Happy Mail. My the first thing was, at my last floss tube, I shared a piece that was about family, and it had a hummingbird in the corner, and I had mentioned that the hummingbird was special to me because it was both my mom, who has passed away, and my sister-in-law's favorite favorite thing. They both, it's funny, they both loved hummingbirds and they both loved butterflies. One of my subscribers, Alice, thank you Alice, contacted me right after and asked me if I would be interested in a piece that she had stitched that had hummingbirds on it. And I said I would love that. And so now she sent me this beautiful sampler card I have to show you. It's so pretty. So here's the sampler on the front, and it's a Hands Across the Sea sampler, and it's called Anton Ulfendale 1835 is the name of the sampler. And on the back it has the pattern for this part, the little basket, flower basket. So I was like, that's so cool. You get a pattern in the card at the same time. How cute. And so then this is what she asked me if I'd like to stitch. So it's by Tiny Modernist, and it's called the Hummingbird Biscornu. And I'm going to stitch it, and then when I complete it, I will probably put it next to a photo of my mom and my sister-in-law. When we had, I think there's a picture, a group picture of us. We had a Christmas at my house one year, and we were all together. So I'll probably put it next to that because that'll have both of them in the picture, and that'll be something that I can keep with their photos. So thank you, Alice. It was so sweet of you for reaching out to me. I truly appreciate it. It meant a lot to me. All right, so I'm running out of place to put everything. Now Teresa Chuckle, you surprised me. Teresa had won one of my giveaways, and I love that. I always get these really sweet thank you cards in the mail, and it's so kind. Even if I get an email saying thank you, that just means a lot. But Teresa didn't stop there. She sent me a package, and the name on the package, I didn't recognize it. So I was like, where did this come from? Who is that person? But inside, she had a card printed out that said, thank you for all the generosity. I love the chart that she won, and that's how I knew who it was from. And inside it, she got me these really cute little sunflower bowl fillers. So I thought that was so cute. Look at them. How fun. There's 3 of them, and sunflowers are my favorite. So Teresa, thank you. That was so kind of you. What a nice surprise. And then my sweet friend Sarah from Sarah Stitches, her husband is super talented. So he cuts wood, and whatever Sarah's making something, if she has an idea in her mind for a finish, she asks him to make it, and then he comes through with these amazing finishes. So I went back and binge watched all Sarah's videos, and I had made comments along the way to let her know that I saw it, and she up and sends me some because she had a couple extra. So let me show you what she sent. So first off, Sarah and I had swapped patterns. I had done the autumn Stitching with the Housewives pattern. This is their collaboration with Hands On Design and Stitching with the Housewives. This one is the Snow Chock-full. I sent her the Harvest Chock-full, and it had sunflowers all over. I had finished it, so we swapped. And then she included this beautiful rose card. Thank you, Sarah. And then she included some red beaded garland to do some finishing with, and this cute little rolling pin. It's so sweet. Perfect for the 4th of July. And then that's not all. Here comes these beautiful, look at what her husband made. I showed my husband, I said, see, honey, that's what you have to learn how to do. And he just rolled his eyes at me. But her husband made this barn. It's amazing. And I have I believe it's a sunflower barn pattern that I have in my stash that I think would be perfect on this. So I just thought this is so cool. So she sent that to me. Oh my goodness, Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to finish it and then share with you what I come up with. And I'm most likely going to definitely make it a red barn because it's my favorite. There's a couple of red barns in our neighborhood. And every time I pass it, I always tell my husband, that's what I want, that's what I want, a red barn with white trim. So I'm probably gonna paint it like that. And when I get my finish done, I will share that with you. But thank you, Sarah. And then she sends me a wooden witch's hat. Oh my goodness. So when I know a lot of us are getting fall and Halloween itches to stitch, right? Stitch and itches. And I am going to find the perfect finish for this. I really am. I'll paint it up, add some little extra trimmings to it, and then have a finish for it. So this is going to be a fun challenge to figure out what I want to finish on it. So thank you, Sarah. You are so sweet, and I'm so grateful for our friendship. So those are my Happy Mail. And it was so fun because all of my Happy Mail arrived when I got home from my stitchy getaway. So what a great way to come home. What a welcome. All right. So that brings me to my haul because of course there's always haul. Pull it out. Okay. All right. Sorry, this video seems like it's gonna be a longer one, but I have so much to share this time. So I have shared this pattern in my haul before. This one is one in Halloween Quakers by Lila Studios. And this one was something that I was enabled by from the Bougie Stitchers. Both sisters were stitching it. Each sister, Jen, stitched it on like a gray colored fabric. I don't remember the name of her fabric, so you'll have to check her video out to see. And she's recently finished hers. And then Nancy is doing hers on another one, and I loved her fabric. I asked her what her fabric color was, but she hadn't gotten back to me yet. And then I found this fabric. So here is the pattern, and the pattern calls for murky. I didn't want to do it on murky. So I liked the way that Nancy did hers, and hers was done on like a blue, had blue tints to it. So I went searching on the internet and I ordered a 28 count of Haunted, and this color, this fabric is what I've decided I'm doing it on. I have a big giant sheet because the size prior to this one was like 1 inch too short on one side, so I had to order the bigger piece. So here is my sheet. It's so big. But isn't it the most beautiful fabric? I'm so excited. So I will be working on that. Will be one of my Halloween stitches this year. And then I'll have plenty of extra fabric left over. It is so pretty. So it's called Haunted. It's gorgeous. It has these blue tints in it, which I wanted it to be like an evening sky. I think that will be perfect. So, and I was able to buy that big old sheet with a gift card that came from one of my sweet little kindergartners for the end of the year school gift. So thank you, Elena and family, for donating that to me. It's going to a worthy cause. All right, so my next items that I couldn't live without. I bought Broad Stripes and Bright Stars by Teresa Kogut for some 4th of July stitching. I love her work. Then I bought Bent Creek Uber Flag, and I bought the flosses to go with it. This one is stitched with 4 weeks Dye Works floss, and the rest are Pearl Cotton DMC. So this will be fun to stitch. And then I got Happy Independence Day by Primrose Cottage. It's beautiful. I'm looking forward to, in a couple weeks, getting out my 4th of July. I don't decorate for 4th of July in May like some people do during Memorial Day weekend. I save mine and I leave them up the whole month of July. And and I love it. And then I got Red, White, and Bloom with By Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. Love that. And while I was on her website, I also bought Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee. And I love it. It's so cute. I want to stitch this one first. This cute little bird, like the little witch's hat. But there are several. I like this kitty cat one too. And that's my haul. So you can see I have 4th of July and Halloween on the brain. So that was fun. So many things. I have my giveaways. I'm gonna do those next in just a minute, but I did want to do a shout out. My shout out is for the Museum Stitcher. She has 2 Flosstube episodes out, and she is so cheerful. The reason why I like her, one of the things as a stitcher, as we get older, we want to bring in the younger crowd so that this can continue on for years and years. And so we always start by adding our children, which I've done. But watching this Flosstuber, she's 24 years old, just out of college. She's called the Museum Stitcher because she works for a museum. Her master's and her bachelor's are all in history and restoration and storing artifacts, things like that. So that's what she does for a living. And she gets to restore old quilts and samplers. How awesome is that? But she loves stitching. She does other crafts too. Her first video does a beautiful introduction. Her name is Bridget. She's 24, as I said, and she's lovely, super sweet, super cute, and has some really amazing stitches that she's completed. So I highly recommend her. I will link her in the description box below. Please go check her out and give her some stitching love. All right, so my new giveaways. I have 2. The first one I'm going to give away is ABC by Primrose Cottage. I'm finished with it. I've left it in here. I always use a working copy because I'm a clumsy girl and spill everything. All my working copies end up with coffee stains on them and sometimes water spillage. So this does not, because I kept it in the plastic that it came in, and I would love to offer this up. So the keyword for this one will be B. So if you put B in your comments below, please remember you must be a subscriber, like the video, do not say giveaway. You're going to use the word B in a sentence, however you choose. And then I will choose a winner next time. And then the other one is my Stitch It with the Housewives calendar crates. I'll be able to take this out. I can share my finish with you next month when I get my Julys out. This was the first one in the series, and I did it on a trip when I was heading to Missouri to visit my son last summer in the car. So I have this one. If you're interested in July calendar crates, please say July. So Primrose Cottage, please say B. Stitching with the Housewives, please say July. And I will draw those next time. So that concludes my video. Thank you for visiting. Remember to be confident, be courageous, be creative, and be kind. And I hope you are having a wonderful summer. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.